Norman Cook, what a pleasure.
Well, I was saying it's a pleasure to meet you finally, because I've been following on Instagram for 48 hours. And it's only been 48 hours, but boy, what a time you've been having.
I've got around a lot, haven't I?
Yeah, you've taken this festival by the horns.
I said to the guy, Owen, who's so lovely, he's been filming, I said, listen, anything you want me to do, I'll do. And he's taken that.
Yeah, well, you should never agree. You never volunteer for anything.
How are you? How's your summer been?
It's been great, yeah. It's been quite busy, but not over busy.
Yeah.
There's never been a point like, oh my God, I haven't seen my family or my friends. But yeah, I mean, Glastonbury was great.
Yeah.
Had great Silverstone.
Yeah.
I only did it because my daughter's really into F1. But what a crowd! It's brilliant. I just thought it'd be like a load of petrol heads going, oh, it's this disco music, is it?
Yeah.
But no, it was proper vibey crowd. That was great. I've been down in Torquay, a couple of trips to Ibiza.
Well, listen, do you still love it as much as you did? Yeah.
I think I actually love it more.
Yeah.
I've cherished it more since lockdown. Since not being able to do it for a year, I realised how much it's part of me and how much I love my job. And then I sort of kind of made a vow on myself that if I ever got it back, I would never, take it for granted again, that I get to do the best job in the world. And I love my job, and it's kind of part of me. And as I get older, I'm just more and more determined to wring every last minute out of it that I have left. And it's given me a fresh impetus. And I think I've kind of noticed over the last 5 years that people I don't know, there's all so many things in play, like older people who are now bringing their kids to the gigs, I've managed to be around long enough that I've spanned 2 generations, and that I find it.
But it's this 90s
especially
revival
somewhere like
now,
here in Latitude.
isn't it? The 90s revival, everything is cool from the 90s.
And when these people say my parents brought me up on your music, I say, how old are you? And they say 21. I was like, oh my God, you heard it as much as I heard the Beatles when I was growing up. Right. So I'm enjoying it more than ever, and I think it shows.
Yeah.
And I'm committed to do this until probably the day I drop.
Well, I was thinking about this earlier. You don't ever really need to retire, do you?
Well, I looked at what retirement looked like during lockdown, and I didn't like the look of it at all.
Yeah, but you don't need to, because I just think you look at the Rolling Stones, and they're but they have to be. His voice needs to be. So
well, that's the good thing about being a DJ,
Yeah.
because our voices don't go. We can get as fat and grey and bald because we were never really oil paint. If you're in a boy band and you lose your looks, you kind of had it. But as a DJ, we were never oil paintings in the first place, so no one seems to care that we've got old. And as long as the hardest bit is the travelling.
Yeah.
That's the bit. That's the bit and the late nights and everything as you get older. But I sort of pace myself and make sure that I'm,
And how do you decide your set then for festivals? Do you kind of keep it sort of the same, or do you go?
It depends on the festival. For tonight, because I'm headlining a main stage, we've got to have some bells and whistles.
Yeah.
The bells and whistles, I can't just follow my own nose and go and expect my production crew to go. So we do have a rough plan tonight. Generally, I just follow my nose.
Yeah.
But when we've got pyro and production things, so we've got a bit of a script which I took a photo of yesterday and gave them, which is my general plan of where I'm going to go.
Yeah.
So at least they've got a fighting chance of keeping up with me.
So I just mentioned the 90s revival and how all the kids today are loving the sort of what we were wearing in the 90s and all the music. Do your kids think you're cool?
No, they sort of do. They sort of became aware, both of them, at a certain time in their life, that what I did was especially Anne, me, and Zoe, obviously.
Yeah.
So they became aware that it was actually quite cool. And especially, when their teachers are asking them for guest lists for my gigs, they figured I was doing something but I am, at the end of the day, a father, and one of my jobs, my most important jobs as a father, is to embarrass my children, and I take this job very seriously.
How does Norman?
So they have to equate having a really cool dad who then still embarrasses them.
How do you do that?
Inappropriate behaviour, quite a lot of that. I just did a Q&A here earlier on, and my daughter was sitting in, and we were showing pictures from this book that I'm doing, and I started talking about the size of my packet when I was 7. and my daughter's just going, no, Dad, no, that's wrong. Yeah, so yeah, I mean, whether it's my bad dancing on stage or it's generally normally my inappropriate sense of humour.
But you must be able to get them into cool things, and like
Yeah. And I mean, I did the F1 just because my daughter wanted to go to the F1, and then had a great and she's been to Glastonbury this year. She's here tonight.
Yeah.
So so that side of it.
Yeah.
Like I said, what I do for a job, she thinks really cool. But at the end of the day, I am still an embarrassing dad.
Yeah. Oh, I like that. Good. I think that's really fun. Well, my dad, right, is a brain surgeon. And I always thought he was really cool because he was a brain surgeon. So I always find it interesting whenever I've interviewed musicians and they're like, my kids are just so embarrassed by me. And I'm like, but how? I think like when
there's always a way to embarrass. There's always a. But I don't do it intentionally.
Yeah.
Like I said, it's just my role as father to do that.
Yeah. What does the rest of the summer hold for you? Like lots more gigs?
Just more the same. Going to be in Ibiza for 2 weeks for my family holiday. But
so that's not working?
No, that involves 6 gigs.
6 gigs.
6 gigs.
To pay for the holiday?
Something like that, yeah.
It must be nice though for you that like whenever you're on the lineup, it's like people are always like, oh, I have to see Fatboy Slim. And that's kind of how it is for like everyone I know. They're like, oh, if you're on there, it's like, yeah, got to go see him. Can't miss that.
I don't take that for granted, especially as I get older.
Yeah.
You don't, you're always looking, thinking, well, will I still be top of the bill, or So, I'm very honoured that I'm still invited. I'm very still honoured that I get good slots. I mean, like I said, it's an honour and a privilege to do this job because I get to just troll around the world, sharing my favourite records with other people, and then soundtracking their night out and watching them have a great night out and being involved in their great night out. And it's a privilege to be allowed to do it.
Yeah, but people are just obsessed with you, aren't they? It's just brilliant. Well, okay, finally then, what can we expect from tonight? What can I sort of preview in the couple of minutes before on the radio before?
On the radio, all right.
Just a little teaser.
There will be a visual tribute to the Lionesses. Which obviously you won't be able to see on the radio, but what you have to do, and you can run a competition, you have to guess from the crowd's reaction when the tribute to the Lionesses happened during the set.
There we go. Okay. Oh, I wasn't expecting anything quite so great.
I was expecting it to come out there. I was just thinking, well, that's not going to work on the radio, is it?
Actually, it
will. Yeah. So fantastic. You have to. People have to phone in or write in and guess from the crowd's reaction when I do my visual tribute to the Lionesses.
Brilliant, fantastic. Thank you so much for talking to us and letting us.
Thanks for being interested and thanks for entertaining me. I look forward to seeing what you get up to for the rest of the weekend. But then on Monday morning, I'm going to block you.
It's a boat tomorrow, apparently, somewhere. I don't know.
In a boat, excellent.
In a boat, yeah. Thank you.